Echoes of the End is a cinematic fantasy adventure with breathtaking landscapes and a mix of magic and swordplay. But after playing it at launch, it's hard not to feel disappointed. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On paper, the premise is solid. You play as Rin, a magical vestige, on a journey to rescue her brother and oppose an invading force. The world has lore, the characters have backstories, and the setting is rich with potential. Unfortunately, the execution never really hit its mark. The narrative beats feel predictable, and while there are moments of charm, they're buried under technical and gameplay frustrations that constantly yank you out of the story. This is where things get complicated. At a glance, the visuals can look good. The landscapes have that Unreal 5 style, and there are times where the lighting hits just right. But the moment you start moving, the cracks show. The game suffers from heavy stuttering, bad visual effects like flat, unrealistic fire, and a general lack of polish that makes it feel unfinished. The art direction wants to be epic, but the technical execution just doesn't keep up. Now for the biggest letdown, the gameplay. From the very first fight, it's clear that something's off. Combat is clunky, slow, and doesn't have the kind of responsiveness you'd expect in an action-adventure title. Every swing feels like it's moving through molasses, and the lack of impactful sound or visual feedback just makes the combat not very satisfying. Combos feel disjointed, and there's almost no sense of rhythm to the fights. You're either mashing to get through waves of basic enemies or awkwardly trying to time parries that don't seem to register half the time. And when you do land a counter or special move, it should feel powerful, but here it barely makes a dent in the overall experience. Mind you, during all of this combat, there is a lot of stuttering and inconsistencies going on, which makes the combat much more difficult in an artificial way. I couldn't even tell when I was or wasn't locked onto an enemy. Jumping feels floaty and awkward, and traversal doesn't flow the way I'm sure the developers wish it could have. Character movement in general has a very flimsy feel to it, and you just don't feel as powerful as they present the main character to be. Puzzles are sprinkled throughout, but instead of breaking up the action in a satisfying way, they often feel like filler. They're too simple to be engaging, but not quick enough to breeze through without feeling like the pace has come to a complete stop. The telekinesis style power could have been a standout mechanic, but it just wasn't executed well. It's okay to use while solving puzzles, but it's pretty awkward during combat. Unfortunately, the whole system needs a lot more tuning and time to get it right. Audio is one of the few areas that's just fine. The music works for the setting and never gets in the way. Voice acting is serviceable, but at times veers into cheesy territory that undercuts emotional moments.
Just relax. Breathe. In, out. In, out.
Shut
in.
up and back off!
I'm not scared of you.
Sound effects, especially in combat, lack punch. Swings and hits don't carry the weight they should, which only adds to that hollow feeling in the fights. I'm gonna keep it real here. I did not have fun. Even when I tried to focus on the story or the puzzles, the constant technical difficulties and unpolished combat made it hard to enjoy anything the game was trying to do. Echoes of the End lasts about 15 hours or so and goes for $35.99 US and $54.99 Canadian. But you're wondering, is it worth it? Absolutely not. Echoes of the End has potential buried somewhere under all these issues, but in its current state, it's not worth your money or your time. If the developers can iron out the performance problems and rework the combat somehow, maybe it could become something special. But as of right now at launch, I can't recommend this to anyone. And that's my review of Echoes of the End. It's a game with some potential, but right now it's just not worth your time or money. If you've played it already, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, give it a like and make sure you subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.